Alright guys, welcome back to a new episode of this series that we have in the channel guys, trading supply and demand for a living. Today we have episode 9 and we're going to be breaking down this gold trade that I took today, which was called on the Cygnus group. Don't forget that we have a new Cygnus group, the link is in the description. I shared it on Instagram as well guys in the story after they hit TP. And yeah, as always, make sure to also subscribe and leave a like and put the notifications on so you don't miss any future videos. But let's get started, guys, with the trade of today. 1 hour chart, guys. When I came into New York, I'm looking at the 1 hour chart and I see that we retested this 1 hour demand during London session, guys, and we literally rejected it. We rejected it and started closing bullish candles after that, and also we are respecting the 13 EMA and going to the upside. And in top of that, we also have this formation right here, guys, inverted head and shoulders, which for those of you that know it, this is a bullish pattern. Usually it breaks to the upside and has a good bullish momentum, of course, to the upside. So when I came into New York, I already have a bullish bias. Off rip, I had a bullish bias because I was seeing the 1 hour demand and the inverted head and shoulders. And of course, we have been dropping for so long on gold that we haven't had a clear pullback. At least on this movement right here, we haven't had a clear pullback. So we needed that pullback to come. So I'm like, okay, probably we're going to have a bullish day today on gold. When I go to the 5 minute chart, I see that we're trading above the EMAs. So I like this to take a bullish momentum or to take a long position. So I let it play a little bit, and when gold broke these highs, I'm like, okay, it left the demand over here. I'm going to see if it comes to the zone, rejects the zone, gives me a candle break, and I'm going to take an entry. It came to the zone, rejected it, but it never broke the candle high. So I never got an entry, and then it melted, invalidated the zone. But then we had this other zone over here, which I didn't take the trade because we had news at 8:30 a.m. guys. I don't trade news. So at 8:30 a.m. we had news. This was the 8:20 candle, which closed at 8:25. The next candle was the 8:25 candle. If I'm going to enter this trade, I'm going to enter at 8:30, exactly when news are hitting. I don't like that because it can be very unpredictable and you can easily lose. In this case, the trade won. So if you put a 1-to-1 over here of this demand, guys, it literally came super close to stop loss and then went to TP after that. So, but the same way that this one, guys, you could have lost super easily. So I don't trade news, very unpredictable and nothing you can do about it. All right. So then I waited a little bit more. I'm like, okay. So I see that we have these major highs over here. I am going to wait for gold to break those major highs right there on the 5 minute chart, and then I'm going to see if it leaves a demand and trade it. And gold literally breaks the candle high right there. It breaks the higher high that we had, so we formed a new higher high. But we didn't have any demand left in this area. So I waited a little bit more, and then gold starts pushing up once again, breaking above that line, and also this new week that we had is higher than the previous week. So that is a new higher high. And this one did leave a demand. All right. So when I'm looking at it, I see this demand that was formed over here on gold. And I also see that we have the 13 EMA right there in that demand, and we also have the 50 EMA in that demand. So I like this. And look at the EMAs, guys. Exactly how I tell you guys that I like to see them. The 13 EMA at the top, the 50 EMA at the middle, and the 200 at the bottom. That's how I like to see my EMAs. And every time that I had them in confluence like that, I usually win the trade. So I waited for gold to come back, and this candle ended up tapping the zone and literally rejected it super hard with a lot of bullish momentum, a lot of buying pressure to the upside, and ended up closing bullish. When I saw this, I'm just waiting for a break of the candle right here to get into the trade. My stop loss is going to go below the wick that was left in the zone, and then I'm going to aim for a 1-to-1 on gold on this trade. So next candle came down a little bit and then ended up closing bullish, giving me the entry at the candle break right there. So at this point I was in the trade already. Next candle went all the way back down here, guys. It broke this low, and some of you know that I don't like to see candle lows breaking after I take a demand. I like this one to, like this candle right here, to respect this low, maybe come all the way back down here but not break that low. If I see that, sometimes I close. But why didn't I close this case? In this case, guys, we had a 13 EMA right there literally holding as support, and I saw that it was rejecting, and on top of that we also have a 5 minute demand that was created, a new 5 minute demand that was created. So you guys see it right here. That is a new 5 minute demand that was created with a gap. Right here, there is a gap from here to here. This is a gap, so that's a high probability demand, which we then came back to tap that demand and gave a candle break. And you could have won off of that demand as well. So I just held the trade. I didn't close the trade, and my TP got hit right here with this candle. I ended up closing. Let me actually show you the account. I forgot to show you guys the account. It's right there, $52,838, and as always, the same PA Apex account, guys. I don't show the full number used for security purposes, but it's a funded account. So $58,838, made like roughly $600 on this trade. Last video we had 225 in profits. So yeah, I closed at a 1-to-1. I wanted to leave runners, but with Apex, guys, you have a trailing stop loss, and I don't want to mess with that too much, because if the trade ends up coming back down to drawdown, now I didn't close at TP when I was up $700. So now my trailing stop loss, instead of being $2,500 below my highest point, now it's at $1,800 below my price that I have a break even. So then if I go to drawdown, I will get super close to a trailing stop loss, and I don't like that guys. I don't like that trailing stop loss. It is literally bullshit. But that's why I closed at a 1-to-1. But I was sure that this trade was going to give runners. Why? Because the 1 hour inverted head and shoulders, and this demand that was coming, that was being rejected on gold. So I was sure that I had to leave runners, and I left some runners on my personal account, but not on these funded accounts. So then after that, we came literally back down to break even, and then the rest was history, guys. Literally a massive trade. It gave more than a 1-to-3. You could have taken like a 1-to-3.28. I didn't close at a 1-to-3. It was too much, but I ended up closing at this level right here. When this candle started rejecting and the next candle was about to break the low, I ended up closing like right here, and then it gave another bullish candle to the upside, which I missed on some profits, but I already was good with a 1 to almost 2 risk reward that I had right there. Yeah, it was like a 1 to 1.80 on my personal account. But great trade, guys. It was also posted on Instagram, as I said, and yeah, the rest was history, guys. The rest of the day, I just went about my day. Today's Friday, so I don't take any other setups. I use like to get out of the market quick. So let me know in the comments, guys, if you have any questions. As always, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button. Don't forget to also put the notifications on so you don't miss any future videos. And don't forget to join the signals group if you want to take these trades with me as well. That is it for today. Thank you so much, and see you all in the next one. Bye bye.